Let's check out this request from fyah. The easy part is the kick and the hi-hat. Kick just going 4 on the floor, and the hi-hat playing 8 notes. Now we come to the snare drum. The snare drum has some different patterns you can play. The main pattern from the snare drum is on the and of 1 and the A of 1 and the E of 3 and the A of 3. 1 and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A, 1 and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A, 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. Now I'm doing this on a slow pace, so it's easy to do it with my left hand only. But when you're picking up the pace, even though the song is not that fast, it might give more power to put it with a right-left combination. And what's going on there is actually the right hand is playing the and of 1. And as you can see, the 8 notes is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on the hi-hat. So the and of 1 can come automatically with the right hand on the snare. 1 and. So once you put the 1 and on the snare, you will get a double with the left hand coming right behind it. So you can get a 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2. Right now we're playing the 1 with the and the 1 A. So 1 E and A on the right-left combination. But we can also put the left hand in front of the right hand. So you get a 1 E and. Let's give it a little change up, a little spicy. So let me play those 2 variations next to each other. And if you feel like it, you can even now and then play those 2 combinations together. So you get a 1 E and A, 2 and 3 and 4. So you get 3 notes behind each other. Just to recap, so we did the right hand playing on the ands of 1 the whole time, and the left hand will play on the E and or and A. So the left right or right left, or as I did on the end, you can even do a left right left, and then the 1. But the right hand is playing the same pattern the whole time. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and. In the song, I have a little change up in the pre-chorus. What's happening there is mainly just triplets going on. So when the timing going 1, 2, 3, 4, you can go 1, 2, 3, da, da, da. So that part before the pre-chorus is mainly just triplets going on. Don't worry about the rest, it's just on the count. You can just, make a little roll and come back on the count. Besides that, later on in the song, they also have a kind of calypso-like change around in the beat. And what's happening there is quite interesting. The kick playing on the 2 and the and of 2, and on the 4 and the and of 4. It's kind of answering the snare drum. Well, let me show you the snare drum first. The snare drum playing on the 1 and on the and of 1, so you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and. That's the first part. The second part is actually the same as the other pattern we were playing before, because that's going on the R of 3 and the E of 3, actually the E of 3 and the R of 3. 1, 3, E and R, 4, E and R. But they're playing the first note on the thumb and the second note on the snare drums. So that's why you're only hearing one hit on the snare drum. Let me show you the snare drum pattern first. Like I said before, is the kick answering the snare drum. So when the snare drum hit pop pop, the kick will answer doom doom. Putting all this together, you get a nice groovy beat, and you just play around with it and just keep the main groove the same thing. That is it for the instruction part. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and adjust the alarm bell, because that's going to help you see the next video when it comes out.